Hey everybody, it is Yvonne and Dexter back here with Freight Broker Chic, and it is December 31st, 2022. We want to say Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve. We just thought we'd come on real quick and just share with you a little bit about what we got going on in January. First of all, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Hope
Year.
you had a great Christmas.
Yes, great Christmas, and hopefully you were safe if you were even in the storm and the weather. And so we just want to come on and just say, hey, bringing in the new year, letting you know that we are going to do a training in January the 9th. Ta-da. And so please, we'd love for you to join us. But, the industry is still going on. Even everything going on in the world and world events, if you've been watching the news. But those of you that are interested in logistics, we want to let you know we're still here. So what we want to talk about today is for you guys that are kind of not really into the industry, but there's something going on right now when we have ups and downs in the industries with rates and things like that. It's called double brokering. And so I thought we would do an Ask Dexter about what is double brokering. Some of you who watch us are actually already in the industry, and you know what double brokering is and how dangerous and how devastating it can be to an industry. So what causes it? And what are the repercussions of those that are doing double brokering?
All right. So there's two types of double brokering. The double brokering that most transportation managers and brokers are worried about is when a broker who is not a large broker yet sees a load posted out. So let's just say I posted out a load from Memphis to, say, Houston, Texas. Another broker sees this load posted on the DAT and actually gives me a call under the auspicion that they are a carrier. I booked this load with this broker thinking that they are a carrier, but really they're a broker. Once I give them and send them the confirmation, they then repost the load back out and they cover it with another carrier, unbeknownst to me, for another price to make more money, to make money off of it. So,
Okay, so you said a lot
mhm,
there
mhm.
because the DAT, let's talk about what
I'm
that
sorry.
is
Okay, the
first.
DAT is a system where both brokers and carriers pay to have vision of loads.
So it's a load, what we call
A
a
load
load
board.
board,
It's a load board,
where
right?
we go out and post a load.
Right,
My customer
exactly.
gives me a load, and I go out and I post it out there because I need a carrier to see it and call me and say, hey, I'm interested in moving this load.
Right. So there are some unscrupulous brokers out there that once you post out a load, they see that you post out this load and they know that they're not really have a carrier or a driver, but they'll call you and actually book the load and get you to send them the confirmation, which the confirmation, once you send it out, that is basically physical money
A contract.
in a contract form.
Mm-hmm.
They then work diligently to basically, in layman's terms, cash that out before the delivery is actually done, or during the delivery if they actually find a carrier. But a lot of times they'll ask for a cash advance too. This is
Right.
really, they'll take the load and then they'll ask for a cash advance. Maybe it might be for gas. 9 times out of
Right.
10 is for
It's
gas.
for gas. Right.
And they say, okay, you are paying me $1,500 on this load, but I need a $900 cash advance to be able to get the actual gas I need. You send them a com check for the $900. They take the $900, cash it out, and then you don't hear from them anymore. They've got the money. The load isn't picked up, and then basically you're holding the bag for the actual cash advance.
Right.
And that is kind of
That's
one
kind
way.
of one way.
That's one way of
Right.
double brokering. That's the most usual way that they do it. But there's other ways, and the thing is that now if you run into a company that has a large has their freight being managed by a large 3PL, third party logistics, which is what brokering is. We're 3PLs, third party logistics, which third party logistics, just quickly, means that we don't own any trucks or trailers or anything like that. That we are brokers, and we actually have to talk to other companies that have carriers that have the equipment to do the loads, and then we, of course, charge our customers the cost of the actual equipment plus our profit. Okay.
So we get paid a fee.
We get paid a fee
For
actually finding a carrier to actually, that's what brokering is.
Right.
You're finding carriers to do loads for your customers, and we charge a fee on top of the actual cost of the actual truck to our customers. But double brokering has become a serious. It used to not. It used to be not. It did not used to be a large problem. But over the years, it has grown and grown and grown, and just like how
and sometimes it's not even discovered until
later, until the load load doesn't show up, right?
Or the load shows up, and then some carrier, someone's asking to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even.
Or your customer calls you and says, right. "Where's that truck that was supposed to pick up a load?" Because usually they'll ask for the cash advance. They'll book the load, and as soon as they book the load with you, they'll ask for a cash advance right afterwards to be able to do the load.
Right.
And that right there is
it's a red flag.
It's a red flag, right. Exactly, because it's just
flag.
like, well, you're driving around with no gas.
Right. But I've actually had some customers call me up and say, hey, this carrier that I've never heard of, I didn't book, is saying they moved the load and they want to get paid for it. Did you double broker the load? And I'm like, absolutely not. I would never do that. That's just against our policy. We don't do that. We do not get into double brokering.
Right.
And so now then the customer will say, okay, I'll handle it, which means and the thing is, where did they even get my information from? How did they even know that I sent out a confirmation? So that's how technology has gotten so out of hand.
A lot of these brokers that are these scam artists who are double brokering, they have the technology.
Right.
They are knowledge. Usually, if you really want to be honestly, I think it's and that might be me just being a gross generalization, but I think it's a lot of rogue dispatchers that have learned the system. They know how much money is actually made in dispatching and brokering. So they found this little area where you can be deceptive and make money. I'll book a load, get the actual confirmation over, cash it out, or get fuel off of the load, and then I won't push it. Therefore, I really do no work. I'm just scamming people. Right. And so, but it used to be one of those things like a one-off. You're like, hey, that happened. Yeah, that happened. It happens. But then now it's starting to become a major problem.
The downside is that it's making it hard for the legitimate carriers, because even with us, our company that we partner with,
it's also making it hard for the brokers, because if a load doesn't get picked up when it's supposed to be picked up and you have a customer, then the customer is going to be completely pissed. There's no other word for it.
You could lose a customer.
Mad is one thing. Pissed is when you get mad because somebody didn't go through with what they were supposed to be.
Right. And you, as the broker, did everything you know to do.
And you don't know.
And somehow something
you get snuck.
Something slipped through the crack. And so now for the carriers, that we're now working only with carriers we trust, those that we have a history with. If they have no inspections, we can't deal with you. The new carriers coming on, it makes it hard for them because they don't have a track record. And so it really is kind of a few people, everybody's paying for what a few people are underhandedly doing.
Because the thing is, you can basically, unfortunately, get your MC number, and that costs some money. Right. But once you get the money, once you get your MC established, you look like a regular trucking company.
Right.
You could be sitting at home with no trucks and nothing else, but the MC number is good, and that's how people snake people with double brokering.
Exactly. So we hope that cleared it up. We know that was a lot for those
and
of
it's,
you that.
And it's a very short. It gets deeper than that.
Yeah, it's way deeper than that.
But that's the.
But in the back, because when you start having to dig into it in the back office and try to figure out what happened, it gets really deep. But we just wanted you to understand this is a growing problem. One of the reason I'm going through this is because when you have someone like Dexter, the master trainer, as your mentor, and a company that we partner with who really says, listen, we're looking out. This is what we require for you to sign that carrier on. You're not out there like a man, on an island trying to figure out, is this guy going to double broker my load or not? It's not 100% proof, but it certainly puts you in a better position to make sure that your client's load is picked up on time and delivered on time in good condition. So I hope that helps. Again, any closing words?
Take our class.
Take our class on January on the 9th of January. Again, Happy New Year. We're looking for great, big, and better things going on for our team, and we just wish you again a Happy New Year. Be safe if you're going out tonight, and we look forward to seeing you in 2023. Bye bye, everybody.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.